the New York Knicks in New York. For New York, they come into the opening game of this season with the goal of getting that first win out of the way as soon as possible. How they'd love to be sitting at 1-0 by the end of this evening. When it comes to versatile scorers, Carmelo Anthony right there at the top of the list.
Yes.
And now, the starting lineup. The big man.
And we've been waiting for this day for a long time. It's opening day in the NBA. Thanks, everyone, for joining us here in the start of a new season. Along with Steve Kerr and Clark Kellogg, this is Kevin Harlan. And it's Chicago to start out. Let's check out Chicago's starting lineup. D. Rose and Jimmy Butler at the backfield. Inside at the 4 and 5 are Gasol and Noah. And it's Dunleavy in at the 3, the small forward.
Nice way for him to get started here early.
And guys, hopefully a sign of things to come from him here. Derrick Rose has always had an effective floater. It's a must-have shot for any point guard. He said he developed it on the playgrounds of Southside Chicago. He didn't call fouls, so you just had to find a way to get your shot off before the contest.
And the Bulls with possession. He dishes it to Dunleavy. It's good. This time the assist from Rose. And so here is New York. Calderon kicks to Shumpert. Feeds it to Carmelo. Uncovered. That's good.
He's got so much junk in his trunk. He'll find a way to hurt you.
A little over a minute gone here in the first quarter. Here's Dunleavy, and the Bulls tack on 2 more.
3 straight makes to start this game. Looking good.
Here's Calderon. Anthony dishes to Calderon. The pass to Dallenberg. Back to Calderon. Good on the shot.
Nice soft touch to drop that one in.
6.
For Chicago, they've gotten their first 3 shots to go in for him to start off this game. And Dunleavy gets it to go in.
4 makes on 4 tries. Everything's falling early. 100%. Can't do better than that.
Here's Calderon. And misses it off the right side of the rim.
And the defense got away with a major lapse there.
Butler passes to Gasol. Some nice ball movement by the Bulls. Pulls up. Another one falls for Chicago.
Pretty impressive. 5 straight makes to start this game.
Calderon with it. Outside jumper. Dishes it to Calderon. That 3 off the mark. One issue with the Knicks last year, Steve, was that they really didn't get a lot of easy buckets, no easy points. When they scored, they really had to earn it.
Yeah, they didn't run, and so they had to score in the half court. And that's a difficult thing to do in the modern NBA, because teams can load up on you defensively. They can zone up. There are a lot of different things to do. I think they have to run more this year.
Stoudemire, the screen. Jumper off the screen. Anthony can't hit.
The defense better not make a habit of giving him that shot. I mean, he doesn't miss many of them.
Dunleavy's shot is off. Knicks trail by 6.
As you mentioned with the Knicks, last in the league in fast break points as well as points in the paint, and you just can't be efficient if you're not getting those kinds of easy points. And typically points in the paint, transition points, those go hand in hand and are often the bread and butter for, high caliber offenses.
Nice pass there to set that bucket up.
Yeah, guys, and that's 10 of their last 12 points now coming off of assists.
Here's Calderon, feeds it to Dallenberg. The shot's good on the assist by Calderon. Dallenberg's got his first points of the game.
When the size advantage is that pronounced, that's exactly what you should do offensively in this situation. Take it strong to the middle. Even though a lot of the Knicks can make shots from distance, you want to have a steady balance of layups and chances close to the rim to keep an offense healthy, and that just wasn't there last year for the Knicks.
They get it back. And he uses the glass on the layup. Dallenberg's got his second basket of the game.
How about the first quarter for him at the offensive end? He's really had the touch going.
Noah wide open. The offensive rebound. And Rose wide open. He shoots. Sinks the triple. Rose has got 5.
And yeah, they're moving the ball now. 8 of their last 10 points coming off assisted buckets.
Steve, nothing makes a coach smile as much as pure, selfless teamwork.
And the Knicks decide to take their first time out here.
Well, a tough shooting slump for Jimmy Butler last season. Some injuries took him out of rhythm. He was asked to play a bigger role offensively after Luol Deng was traded. Still, he's become one of the premier defensive players in the league.
Catching up on the changes for New York. Bargnani is checked in for Dallenberg. Smith comes in for Amari Stoudemire. Hardaway's checked in for Shumpert. And it's Pablo Prigioni in for Jose Calderon. Chicago leading by 7. And Jimmy Butler, a fan favorite in Chicago, taken with the 30th pick, Clark, back in 2011. And he really is a tenacious defender.
Yeah, he's a tough-minded, scrappy player. I mean, you hear about his tough upbringing. It's easy to see why he approaches the game with that fearlessness and determination that he plays with.
Smith kicks to Anthony. Chicago grabs the miss. And this matchup with the Knicks, hard to believe, just the first game of the NBA's 82-game regular season.
And I'll tell you what, even though they looked like the better team a year ago, they only managed to split of the season series.
Now here's Anthony. It's deflected. Here's Smith. And the layup's good off the glass.
I'll tell you what, the defenders didn't even get a sniff of him on that move to the hoop.
Near the three-point line, it's Dunleavy. It's good. This time the assist from Rose. Dunleavy's got 8. Clark, if you don't make the playoffs and a team you handled all right does, I mean, that gives you a little confidence that you can be among those 8 seeds next time around.
Kevin, I think it should give you some confidence. I'm sure both teams have that as their goal, getting to the playoffs. And they've shown us some great games in the past when they've met up. This should be a lot of fun.
And he gets the bucket. He has 5.
What a start to this game. The offense is both dominating.
Tell you what, feels like a game on the playground. Forget about defense, just keep firing.
No one near Smith as he lets it go. The three-pointer no good. Now Noah. From beyond the arc and then some. Here's Smith. No luck. Well, not exactly a close game so far, but as the second quarter starts here, plenty of time for a comeback. And guys, let's get your take on the scoring breakdown for Chicago.
And they're doing a fantastic job of finding the open man and getting easy looks.
Something else they've done right so far from the get-go tonight is run. I mean, so much of their offense has come off the fast break.
We've got Tim Hardaway Jr., J.R. Smith out there with Anthony. Then there's Shane Larkin. And it's Bargnani in at the 5, roaming the paint. They're the group New York will start the second with. And that one's good by Butler.
Now, they're not showing too much respect for him defensively, are they?
Knicks trail by 11. And you look at the Bulls, a bit of a different look for them. Trading away Deng. They amnesty Carlos Boozer. It seems they're shuffling the deck.
No question about it. They bring in the Spanish League MVP in Nikola Mirotic. They've had some good draft choices as well, so a lot of new bodies for the Bulls.
Let's go now to the sideline and catch up with Doris Burke. Hey, Doris.
Gentlemen, a close partnership between Bulls coach Tom Thibodeau and center Joakim Noah. Noah said, quote, "The way each of us sees the game can be totally different, but he'll fight anybody to win, and I will too." Noah says Thibodeau's changed too, adding, "He's opened up a lot more, asking how we're doing, what we're thinking." Kevin?
They're really the backbone of that team. Thanks, Doris.
For the Bulls, you have to remember that Derrick Rose is still in his mid-20s, so with his injuries pushing back their timetable slightly and a new luxury tax structure, it's more punitive than ever. The Bulls opted to go a little younger and control their costs.
Here's Larkin, following the three-point basket by Chicago. That's good. Larkin's got 4 points this quarter.
Boy, they are just destroying them in the paint.
You could say that again, Steve. The defenders just aren't aggressive enough down low.
Here's McDermott, and it's Chicago scoring again.
And guys, you know it, the Bulls are a financially conservative team. Probably the most reluctant among big market teams to pay the luxury tax. So they're trying to win and turn a profit, and until they're in legitimate position to win the title, you can't fault them for that. In one phrase, it's called managing the business.
Dalembert goes up and lays it nice and easy. Dallembert's got his third basket of the night right there. We're now about 2 minutes into the second quarter. A moment to check in with Doris Burke. Doris?
Hi, guys. Over that break, I was able to catch the message Tom Thibodeau was giving to his team. He talked to his guys about the importance of functioning as a unit, not as individuals, and on the need to help each other find open shots on the perimeter. The other thing he stressed was the need to be disciplined on offense. He asked for good ball movement and good shot selection. So, Kevin, change is already being made on the fly here in the second quarter.
All right, Doris, thanks. Knicks trail by 13. Here in the second quarter, we've played a little over 2.5 minutes now. Shumpert with it. Butler covering. Shumpert against Heinrich. Just 5 on the clock. It's tipped. Gasol with the steal. Shoots. And Heinrich with the basket. The assist by Butler. And the Bulls lead by 15.
Wow, what an incredible run they're on. This is as good an offense as you will see.
Well, every single guy on the floor right now just feeling it.
Here's Larkin. And he gets it to go. Stoudemire's got his first points of the night.
That's pretty much been the norm for them, getting their points off assists and great ball movement.
Nice rhythm and flow for this team. Tremendous communication and alertness.
Samuel Dalembert, a 6'11" shot blocker and rebounder. His numbers are solid, but he seems to have a way of wearing out his welcome with coaches. You notice he's played for 5 teams in the last 5 seasons.
Another one falls for Chicago.
Boy, they've looked good in the open floor today. That's had a lot to do with their success.
Well, they've been doing the right thing, Steve. Anytime they've had numbers, they've gone straight up court with it right away. Boom.
That'll go on McDermott. That's his first foul. And last season, Dalembert, a bit of a stopgap for Dallas. He faced his share of critiques from Coach Carlisle regarding conditioning Clark and focus.
In addition to that, somewhat turnover-prone too, Kevin. He can pick up careless fouls as well, but when you're an athletic 6'11" and can make free throws and finish around the basket, you'll always have a home in the NBA.
D there, guys, was pretty much non-existent. I mean, you can't leave a good shooter like that open.
Knicks trail by 18. Shumpert dishes to Stoudemire. Back to Shumpert. New York moving the ball around. Calderon, a screen on Butler. Shot clock at 6. And the basket by Brihione.
How about that? They respond to a three-pointer with a quick 3 of their own.
Yeah, terrific. Great back-and-forth sequence right there.
Now here's Heinrich. Here's Gasol. And it's Chicago scoring again.
It took him a little while to get into the flow of this game, but now he's definitely found his stride and rhythm.
Calderon passes to Stoudemire. The feed now to Shumpert. That'll go on McDermott. That'll be his second foul of the game. A different look for New York. Bargnani is checked in for Dalembert. Anthony comes in for Amari Stoudemire. Hardaway is subbed in for Iman Shumpert. So Chicago going with an almost entirely new group here. Joakim Noah, he's checked in for Gasol. Dunleavy comes in for McDermott. Tony Snell's checked in for Jimmy Butler. And it's Rose in for Kirk Heinrich.
Great job from behind the arc this quarter. I mean, shooting just under 60% for the game. I mean, that's smoking.
And Hardaway gets it to go.
You know, of the last 6 baskets, 5 have come on the interior. This is major smash mouth basketball, guys.
Love it. Old school. Just physical play in the paint. Dominate.
Got that one up quick. 8 points for Derrick Rose.
Might as well just take it into his own hands and make that big lead even bigger.
Pass to Hardaway. Back to Calderon. Left side Hardaway. And Brihione kicks to Anthony. And lots of contact there. Missing the shot. He'll shoot 2.
Yeah, the defender's draped all over him.
Pretty plain and simple. Got him good there.
New York shooting their first shots from the free throw line tonight.
Well, you take a look back to last year, guys. This is a club that converted about 76% of its free throws.
He's off on the second.
And that'll increase their rebound advantage. They've definitely been winning that battle on the boards.
Well, the main thing is they haven't allowed many second chance opportunities. That is always going to allow you to maintain your lead.
The Knicks have gone 8 of 9 in the second quarter. Very nearly perfect from the field. Passes it to Prigioni. Now here's Hardaway. Defense right on him, and he gets the bucket.
Really aggressive play, taking it to the rim against the big man.
Tell you what, I love that fearless attitude.
And a wide open look. Oh, the buzzer beater. Amazing.
How about the killer instinct on display there?
Wow.
Fantastic.
He didn't even flinch, just buried it like it was any other shot. Unbelievable.
And so a pretty lopsided game through the first half. It's Chicago running away with it. And now we'll send it down to Doris Burke, who's standing by courtside.
Hey, Kevin, with Derrick Rose. Derrick, how does it feel to get back out there on the basketball floor here for the new season ahead?
It feels good, man, especially playing with my teammates. We have new teammates. We're just trying to come out here and just play hard and compete.
Great to have you back, Derrick. Kevin, back to you.
Thank you, Doris. And we'll be back after halftime for the start of the second half. As we welcome you back, we begin our second half. So far, not a tightly contested game, guys, but, you know, anything can happen.
Check out the game for Dunleavy.
He's got 14 points, and he's hit the mark twice from three-point range as well.
Well, it's no secret. I mean, the more points he can come up with from out there, the better off they'll be offensively with their spacing. Well, the Bulls were expected to play a role in free agency this past summer with all the cap room they had. A lot of options in terms of which way they could have gone.
Our second half of basketball, and presented by Gatorade. Let's see who's all fueled up and on the floor to start the third. So for Chicago right now, D. Rose and Jimmy Butler, the backcourt. Inside at the 4 and 5 are Gasol and Noah. And it's Dunleavy in at the 3 slot. With the Bulls, it was thought that Melo or maybe even Wade could be one of their targets. But Clark, they opted to go big and bring in the former Laker Pau Gasol.
And you know what? To get Gasol in there might seem like overkill with Noah already manning the middle for Chicago. But I tell you what, his skill set will be a nice complement to Noah and the rest of that front line.
A long front line, huh? With
Big
them?
time.
Wow. Here's Anthony after the Bulls pick up 2. Soft touch off the glass. Anthony's got 8.
And he just used his height that time down low. That's going to be pretty hard to defend against.
Now here's Rose. 8 points for him. Let's check out what Doris Burke has for us.
Yes, Kevin, the Bulls, known for their hard-nosed style of play, something Coach Tom Thibodeau calls, quote, Chicago tough. Center Joakim Noah said, I don't think our style would work everywhere. It represents our city. Our whole thing is playing with more of an edge than the other team. He added, we aren't scared of anybody. Guys?
They don't back down. Thanks, Doris.
One more time, let me hear it for your Knick City Dancers.
Here's Dunleavy. And a big bounce off the rim, but it sinks right in. Dunleavy's got 4 this quarter.
The second half has started quite well. They've been good on 3 of their first 4 attempts.
You know, these are the guys you need to be aware of. If you don't want your pocket picked, here are last season's steals leaders. You look at Butler. Opposing teams always need to know where he is on the court.
You know, there's no luck involved in being amongst the league leaders in steals. You've got to combine the toughness with the ability to move your feet and the tenacity in going after the ball.
And the Knicks with possession here. After Chicago picking up a basket just moments ago.
Amar'e Stoudemire still an efficient scorer, attacking the rim. The problems have been at the defensive end of the floor, where last season he fouled 4 times more than he blocked a shot. Not a great ratio, so he's got to continue to work defensively.
He hits the second from the line. And Amari, he's owed around $45 million over this season and next.
And that's a huge contract. Still a great scorer, but as we discussed, he's got to defend at a better level and rebound at a higher rate to command more minutes on this team, and we'll see if he can make that happen.
Calderon dishes to Dallenberg, and he gets it to go. Dallenberg's got 8.
Just seems like they're finding an open lane to the hoop every time down. That's 5 buckets in a row for them in the paint.
Yeah, on the flip side, Steve, the defenders have to show more fight on the interior.
Yeah, and guys, it's his consistent shooting that's really helped get his team into a position they're in right now.
Calderon up top. He's covered by Rose. Calderon, that's good.
Well, he wasn't phased at all by the bigger man on him. And on the low block, I thought he might be.
You know, Steve, I thought maybe he'd prefer to bring him out to the perimeter, but whatever works, go to it.
Shumpert passes to Calderon. Hangs in midair and converts on the double clutch layup. He's got 8.
I'll tell you what, he's enjoyed a very good day shooting the ball so far. He can bring them right back into this.
Dunleavy for 3. Another 3 for Chicago.
Boy, they've come out of halftime just smoking hot from behind the arc.
Hey, trust me on this one, partner. They are going to continue to let them fly.
And the shot is good. Dallenberg's got 10 points in the game.
And they're beginning to fall apart a little bit defensively, especially inside.
Well, that's 4 straight buckets now at the rim.
And it's Butler missing. The Knicks have gone 6 of 8 on field goal attempts in the third. A 75% clip. It's stolen by Rose. Second half here. We're just over 3.5 minutes into it. He was all alone on that one. 14 points for Joakim Noah.
Those are starting to add up. Of their last 5 baskets, 3 of them have been 3-pointers.
And it's not just great offense, Clark. The defense is really lacking. Not enough energy on their closeouts.
Now here's Calderon. He's got 8, and the basket good.
Tell you what, it's a huge plus to have him making shots like that.
Bulls have gone 7 of 9 from the field to start this second half. Some tremendous shooting from them.
The New York Knicks were ranked as the NBA's most valuable franchise recently, and with team value skyrocketing, the Knicks came in at around $1.5 billion. That's a B, billion.
And here is Stoudemire after the 3-pointer from Joakim Noah. Here's Anthony. Second chance shot, and count the basket. He is fouled, and he's going to the line for 1 more.
8 of the last 10 points at that end of the court have been scored on very high percentage shots in the paint.
Yeah, and it's not necessarily strategic, Clark. It's just a matter of playing with more heart. Got to play hard, guys.
Catching up on the changes for New York. Bargnani has checked in for Stoudemire. Smith comes in for Anthony. Tim Hardaway Jr.'s checked in for Shumpert. And it's Pablo Prigioni in for Jose Calderon. And so here is New York, following the 3-pointer by Derrick Rose. Fires for 3, and it's Smith missing.
Kevin, I didn't like that defensive effort at all, but they're lucky he missed it.
Yeah, they were very lucky defensively because there was some miscommunication there. They left him wide open.
That's good.
By the way this defense is playing out there, I mean, they might as well not be there. That's 5 straight wide open threes.
Yeah, and that's way too many. I mean, typically teams will get the message to cover shooters after 1 or 2 wide open threes, but they just haven't figured it out yet.
And here are the Knicks now, following Kirk Heinrich's 3, and he gets it to go.
How about the response? Retaliation. Impressive, huh, guys?
I'll say exactly that as well. Nice job to recover those 3 points right away.
Now here's Heinrich. He's got 5. 35 seconds left to play here in the third. Smith kicks to Prigioni. Hardaway for 3. No good. Chicago with the ball. Mirotic with it. And Bargnani picks him up defensively. Intercepted. Inside. And down it goes. Jamming that one home.
Guys, that's simply superb. Ball pressure, a run out, and then a dunk in transition.
Exactly, Clark, what they wanted. The aggressive defense to lead to.
Yeah, points in transition.
Yeah, that's why you want to make the other team feel uncomfortable handling the ball because you can get easy points out of it at the other end.
And it's Smith penetrating. It's blocked. They recover it. And now we present our State Farm assist of the game. With 5 total assists in the game, we've seen some great passing tonight from Calderon.
And his passing ability is why they make sure the offense runs through him on a regular basis. Just great assists like the one we just saw.
Mello and Bargnani at the 3 and 4. Shane Larkin is out there with Pablo Prigioni, and it's Smith in at the 5. So that's who's on the floor for the Knicks. Larkin dishes to Smith. And Prigioni kicks to Smith. And there's a nice one-handed slam. Absolutely, Clark. No one in his airspace on that dunk.
Yeah, but come on, Kevin. The defense can't let that happen.
I hope they let it happen more. It's fun to watch that guy fly.
Just a gift, 2 points they gave up. That's awful. That's now a dozen straight points coming off wide open three-pointers.
You know what it looks like to me out there, guys? I mean, it looks like All-Star Weekend out there. We know how much defense is played there. It's actually offense during the All-Star Weekend, no D. With the success they've had rebounding the basketball, they're right where you'd expect them to be, firmly in control of this game.
Yep, they have not let their guard down one bit in the paint. Third 3 in a row right there.
Adjustment time for the defense, guys.
And here is Anthony, following the 3 from Nikola Mirotic. Smith outside, back to Anthony. 6 on the shot clock. Shoots from the baseline. That's good.
He's definitely got that shot in his arsenal.
Chicago has gotten off to a great start from three-point range in the final quarter. They're a perfect 3 of 3. Heinrich, and it's Chicago scoring again.
And the shooting percentage continues to climb, guys, here in the second half. They're on fire.
Steve, I like the collective focus since halftime. Good team basketball resulting in high-quality shots.
Oh, and a fast break for the Bulls. McDermott, no one around him, and a great assist by Heinrich as that one goes in. And that's now 11 points for Doug McDermott. For New York, they've gone 2 of 4 from the field since we started the final quarter of play. Smith sets the pick for Anthony. Prigioni passes to Carmelo. A strong finish under heavy pressure all over. Fourth quarter of play, and we're about 2.5 minutes through it right now. Here's Snell. Mirotic passes to Bairstow. Here's Snell. It's Chicago with another bucket. Well, guys, the D-League, a test bed for ideas that might, make their way to the NBA. And one thing we've seen there is a mission to get games down to 2 hours in length. They really want to shorten the length of these games.
Well, they've banned consecutive timeouts. They've reduced their number overall. The idea is to hold viewers' attention and provide time certainty for the broadcast.
Well, for one, he hasn't let them down. But a few other guys need to pick up the pace if they're going to be good.
I'll tell you what, they are dialed in from three-point land here in the fourth quarter.
You called that one right, causing some serious harm from long range. And condensing the game, we've seen it at the NBA level too, cracking down on pregame rituals and requiring players back on the court quickly after a timeout. The commissioner even talked to owners about shortening the game to 40 minutes, so less might be more in some ways. We'll see. I'm in agreement with that. I'd love to see some of the fat trimmed off the game. I don't know if 40 minutes is where I'd go, but some of the extra things that delay the game, I would love to see that pace picked up so there's not as much wasted minutes during the course of the 48-minute game.
A second chance effort, and he lays it up and in. Mirotic has got 5 points now in the quarter.
He was the first one to react to that miss. Excellent anticipation on his part. A hustle play on the putback by him.
They get the rebound. Larkin can't get it to go.
That was a layup, and you've got to knock that down. You've got to convert when you get those opportunities.
He's finding all kinds of ways to get it done. What a quarter he's having.
The Knicks have gone 5 for 9 from the field in the final quarter so far.
Well, I think there's a couple of ways to shorten games. One is cutting down on the intentional fouls and crunch time. I think you could replace TV timeouts with live action advertising. Also, you might just shoot one free throw for the point value of a foul. I think the league is right to try to speed up the pace of the game, but it's a rocky road. You have to really think things through.
Knocked loose. It's stolen by Heinrich.
Well, guys, this was never really a contest, just total obliteration. And you can safely say mission accomplished now for the Bulls.
Agreed, Steve, and as one-sided as it gets today, you know, Clark, there were some dominant moments in about every facet of this game for that team.
You're right, Kevin. It's hard to think of anything that didn't go right for them. I mean, game planning by the coaches, execution by the players, everything was spot on.
And it'll go down as their first official win of the new year.
And once it becomes official, this win will give them a nice boost down the road when they face this club again in the second and third games of the season series.
Yeah, predictably, the stats tell us that the winner of the first game is a big favorite to come out on top in the overall series.
And you have to look back at this and see what a huge game it's been for Rose. He just looked like an orchestrator out there, keeping his teammates involved, running to the open spots. I mean, he would constantly find them more often than not.
And so it's New York with it, following the three from Nikola Mirotic. Anthony can't hit.
And a missed opportunity right there.
Definitely, I think he should have converted that one.
Snell, that's good.
And they're not finished yet. They're going to make sure about this win.
Yeah, that's how you close out a game, Steve.
29 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Nice shot by Larkin.
That is a terrific effort on the shot. He's giving up a lot of size, but still finds a way to score.
I don't think that affected him in the least, though, Steve. I mean, he made it look like he was the bigger guy.
There's the bucket. Good.
Boy, you relish these sorts of road games where you come in and you get the job done.
In a long schedule with the kinds of pressure of travel and tough opponents throughout the season, it's always good when you play a game like they have here.
Here's McDermott. And again, it's the Bulls from deep.
Well, it's a wrap, fellas. No way you come back in this one.
Not anymore. Any chance of that happening went out the window a while ago.
And so Chicago takes this one, and by a big margin. Not much to be critical of with this win, Clark.
Not at all.